Did you see what Jill Biden just said? Yeah, America's favorite doctor is back on the talk show circuit, and now she's trying to gaslight us once again on the state of the mental health of her husband, Joe Biden, saying that when Biden was debating President Trump, she was scared and thought he was having a stroke in the middle of the event. Let's get to the details.
Were you horrified as you saw it unfold?
I wasn't horrified, I was frightened because I had never, ever seen Joe like that.
With the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden.
Before or since? Never.
Or since?
Yes, or
You've
since.
never seen him like
Never.
that?
No.
What happened?
I don't know what happened. I mean, as I watched it, I thought, oh my God, he's having a stroke. And it scared me to death.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
So again, Jill Biden is out in front of America saying that what you saw with your very own eyes, she's never seen before. And she's never seen this to the extent that she thought he was having a stroke in front of America. We know it's a complete lie. We know what we saw. We saw the mental decline of Joe Biden progressing over his 4-year presidency, and we also saw Dr. Jill Biden covering it up the whole time. So here's the full clip that they just showed you a little piece of during the interview, and you tell me, does this look like somebody that's having a stroke, or does it look like somebody that has been lost for 4 years on the world's biggest stage?
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look, we had the safest border in the history of our country. The border, all he had to do was leave it. All he had.
Exactly. So we're not going to get into the rest of Trump's answer, but the point is that the message from all of the talking heads in the controlled fake news media at that time was that Joe Biden was coming into the debate with a cold or a flu, and he was just a little off. So they already knew what we were about to see, and we already knew what we were about to see. We saw the decline of Joe Biden, and we saw the artificial propping up and gaslighting of this candidate. They wanted him for 4 more years. And guess who else wanted him? Well, Dr. Jill wanted him to run again because she's power hungry and she wanted to continue the grift. This is actually a little clip just after the debate. And watch how the question is asked of Joe Biden, how do you think you did? And look at who answers the question.
Mr. President, how did you perform tonight?
I think we did well.
Do you have any concerns that you should talk out that you're not fit for the job, your voice, your performance tonight? Do you have any concerns about your performance?
No, it's hard to debate a liar. New York Times pointed out he lied 26 times. Big lies. He didn't tell the truth.
So who was lying at that time, Joe? Right? He diagnosed his debate performance just minutes after as great. He thought he did great. And his concern was that he had to debate the liar. And remember, just after this debate and before they went to this restaurant stop, Dr. Jill Biden and Joe went to a rally, post-debate Biden rally, where she was getting the crowd to go 4 more years, 4 more years. Well, does that sound like somebody who thought that they just saw their husband having a stroke on the stage? And why? If what she said is true, why is she allowing her husband to be at a restaurant or a rally? He should be at a hospital if what she said is true. And we know what she said is totally manipulated and a lie because this is just a clip, just a sample of some of the best hits that she saw and that we saw before the debate even happened of Joe Biden's mental decline.
Best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway. From Charlotte, another line going from in Florida down to Tampa of Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah. America is a
It's so
nation
painful,
that can be
folks.
defined in a single word. I was going to put him. The idea that
Lost.
Los Angeles and what am I doing here? For two reasons. One,
Oh boy.
we haven't been able to communicate it in a way that is, let me say another way. But the nature,
Right. It's painful,
Not-
guys.
a solid meeting with They make a very good point. Here's the deal. Here's what drives the driver in the states that are affected. Here's what you can do, the drivers. We want to expand pre-K
gosh.
for 3 and 4-year-olds, millions of pre-K students.
Boy. So we're going to stop it there because this is the point that I want to make here. This is Joe Biden at his best. They had time in each one of these clips to prepare him, to give him a script, to tell him where to go on stage, where to go off stage, all of that. This is the best that he could do and the best performance that he could give America. And it was an F. Joe Biden knew it, and she wanted him to keep going. But she couldn't stop herself because she wanted that power. She wanted the authority, and she wanted to tell America how to live their lives. So who could forget the worst tendency of Joe, right? And his affinity for little children. Just look at how insanely inappropriate this is.
His trip overseas, just leaving Finland a short time ago on his way back from the United States. More analysis on his performance.
This is when he's overseas representing America. This is as good as we can do? This is a guy that's nibbling on a little stranger's child? I mean, this is outrageous, folks. And why Dr. Jill is now hitting the circuits and trying to defend herself and saying she was so scared, thinking that Joe Biden had a stroke during that debate and that she evidently missed everything that happened before. So the question this leaves us is, why are the Democrats and Dr. Jill Biden trying to gaslight us again? Why are they trying to rewrite history? And why are they trying to tell us once again, after the mandate that Donald Trump had, why are they trying to tell us that what you saw is not what really happened? Well, the Democrats are now leaderless. They have no vision. They're bankrupt. The DNC is $11 million in debt, and they have no leadership. So they're going back to their old playbook of lies, of manipulation, of gaslighting. This is the Democrats right now, just 8 months out from the midterms. So what does this say? Well, it says that ultimately a fungus, right, a parasite like the Biden family just won't go away. And the parasite in chief, Dr. Jill Biden, she won't go away either. She's not smart enough, nor aware enough, or compassionate enough to just leave this alone. She wants one more bite of the apple. So let me know what you think. Do you agree with Joe Biden, or do you agree with me that this is the liar in chief, Dr. Joe Biden, trying to gaslight America again? The comments are wide open. Let us know what you think. And if you've yet to subscribe to the channel and like this video, please do so. We'd love to have you along in our community here at the Chris Locke Show, where we uncover news just like this that makes the mainstream media uncomfortable, and we defend it with America First principles and with Christian First principles. We'll see you in the next video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Chris Locke Show for the latest America First news, conservative commentary, and the stories that mainstream media refuses to cover. These 2 videos right up here, they're going to be next. Pick your favorite. I'll see you over there.